Hello everyone and welcome back to more Mystic Destinies, Serendipity of Aeons. We are back woo, with this game, and of course, as I have already promised you guys, since we have just finished all of Show's routes, so the whole main story, got all the endings, and then did his epilogue as well. So we are done with his story and with his character, and now we are moving on to the next guy, which is Tatsuya. Yeah, our intellectual Tatsuya Yukimura. So yes, I got his story, got his main story, and yeah, so we're gonna dive right into this, starting from chapter 4, I think. Yeah, chapter 4, because we did 1, 2, and 3 for the preliminary stuff. So make sure you guys go watch that his episode for the preliminary stuff for like chapters 1, 2, and 3, because again, recapping it, I feel like it's gonna take too long, but either way, I think nothing really significant happened all that much in Tatsuya route, other than the fact that, you know, he seems to be the kind of guy who is like, he's cold at first, but then it's like he doesn't really mean to come off as cold, it's just that he's really like to the matter of fact kind of thing, where it's like, yeah, I ain't got time to waste on you because, you know, I got work and I got my own shit to worry about, basically. So yeah, but he's still really, he shows that he's caring and he shows that he's concerned in his own kind of way. And like, you know, he has his sweet moments as well. So he basically, I think, I don't know what happened, but like I feel like we did kind of like normal things in terms of introductory stuff. I'm not too sure if, wait, is it? I think I'm remembering wrong, but like I feel like we had an incident at the park. I think I think that was Show's route, because she was getting stalked by that one girl because she got her stuff like rifled through because she accidentally left it in the bathroom, and when she got her bag back, I'm talking about the bag. Like after a lesson, Hannah went to hang out with the rest of the guys, and I think that was all in Show's route. Okay, never mind. Irrelevant. Sorry, I'm getting my like events mixed up. But like, yeah, I think the most significant thing is that Tatsuya took us to the cafe, showed us Choa in the same like from chapters 1, 2, and 3, so really early on, and then so we met his mom. We found out that his mom was a dragon, I think it was, because Hana was remarking about how young they look, and Shinji was like, yeah, dragons tend to do that kind of thing. So we met his younger brother as well, Yuki, and it turns out our younger stepsister was dating him. So we were really surprised to find her in Choa as well, and Hannah was kind of like doing a double take, like, whoa, you're in a magical like part of the city, how do you know about it, kind of thing. So yeah, and then afterwards, I feel like it was Hannah went to her dad to meet up with him for dinner, and then that was when her dad dropped the bomb about her mom, but she already knows about her mom, and so she's just all really nervous, and she had a little bit of a anxiety attack in concerns of it in the restaurant. So she got dropped off after shaking it off and like brushing it off with her dad, and then she went home, and she kind of felt really bad for hiding things from him. And I think afterwards she met up with her dad again, and it was at his office this time, and as she was meeting up with him, she came across the guy with the aqua blue hair, which is Katsu. I don't know his full name, but like, yeah, Katsu, the guy that the one with the blue hair that y'all reminded me of what his name was, because I couldn't remember his name, and he came off really flirty and really strong. No, that was even before that. It was during dinner. It was even before that. So like, she met Katsu before meeting up with her dad to go out for dinner. There we go. Okay, starting to slowly kind of remember slowly starting to remember stuff, and then so yeah, I think that was basically pretty much it, because afterwards, I remember there wasn't that much of a cliffhanger when we left off on chapter 3 for Tatsuya. So yeah. So anyways, we're gonna just jump right back into it. Again, I do a really shitty job at trying to like, you know, paraphrase what has happened thus far, but so far that is all I can really remember. Like, that's like the main points. So yes, be sure to go watch my episode 1, 2, and 3, chapters 1, 2, and 3 episode for Tatsuya, and before you jump back into the story, or unless you have really great memory, kind of, you know, compared to me, then sure, why not? Why not? Come stay, and then we're gonna go right into chapters 4. So I think I have to go through chapter 3 first, and then we'll get to chapter 4. So yeah, BRB, fast forward. Ugh. Okay, so I accidentally skipped over the title, which the title of the chapter, or actually no, I can go back for you guys. We just really got started into it. I just need to go through chapter 3 just so I can activate chapter 4 for me to like get right into it. So yes, okay, chapter 4, there we go. We're done. Okay, so chapter 4 is called Hailstorm, and it takes us to, we're still at the cafe in Chowa at Tatsuya's family cafe, and we had met Emmy along the way to going to Chowa on that train. So yeah, so we're just practicing magic, I feel, and then the rest of the guys showed up, and then I think it's just, yeah, it's just us just kind of like practicing magic in this cafe all day. So over the course of the day, Tatsuya showed me how to work the register. I also learned how to take orders. Oh, okay, so she also, I think there was short-staffed in during that instance in the exchange between his mom and him, how they were like, yeah, so the girl just called in sick, and so Tatsuya would have to work double time, but then we're like, hey, we can help out. So yeah, okay, there you go. That's the current timeline right now. Tatsuya himself has largely been in the back helping his mother and the staff make the orders. Yes, I'm on the register. I'm on the register finishing a customer's transaction when I run into my first actual problem since beginning. Why? What is it? I slide the customer's card for him in the register, but the system gives me back an error. Uh-oh. Card denied. Uh-oh. How embarrassing. Yeah. I look up at the customer and give him a nervous smile. So, your card? Yeah. Sorry, I'm not sure why it's not taking it. Oh no. Let me try again. Isn't that awkward? I've never had it happen to me before when I was working in customer service and retail, but like, you can, like, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. They're like, so yeah, ma'am or sir, your card is not going through. It's like denying it. I try again as the man stares at me, tapping his finger on the counter. I swipe the card again, but I get an error. I stare at the card as if it betrayed me and think about what to tell the man. I feel a presence and almost turn around, but an arm reaches across me. Oh my god, so K-drama, or so typical drama. I watch a hand type on the keyboard in front of me and look up to see Tatsuya's face very close to mine. Oh my god, this is so cliche. I hate it. I hate it, but I still love it. I'm surprised to see that he isn't scowling as I thought, but rather... Why, sorry about that, sir. She's new here. Oh. Oops, but the smile is gone in a flash when his eyes move to me. What? He speaks in a low voice as he rapidly hits the keys. There's a proper protocol to processing these cards. What kind of... Well, you never told me that. So, I didn't realize there's some special, like, magical credit card that, you know, calls for such protocol. You should have called for me. Well, I thought it was just any other regular credit card, okay, Tatsuya? Jesus. Just watch what I'm doing. It's not that difficult. Okay, fine. God. I train my eyes on what Tatsuya is doing, but my mind begins to wonder. Why? A smile. Is that the first time I've seen him smile, or is it just the first time I'm noticing? Maybe you're noticing, because he always smirks. Does that count as a smile? Kind of a half? A little bit? I don't know. Sure, it was probably just a fake one for the customer, but he looks so different, I wouldn't mind seeing the real thing. Aw, I know. I'm sure he looks very cute when he actually smiles, like genuinely. What am I even thinking about? Yes, what are you thinking about? I shake my head and try to focus again, but the proximity of our bodies makes me a little nervous. I find myself thinking back to the time he carried me once again, how surprised I was when I found he was that strong. Yes, he did do that. He did that. Because we were super dizzy after losing control, I think. I feel, yes. Are you even listening? What? Uh-huh. I look around and notice the customer is already gone. The transaction apparently finished. Oh. In fact, the whole cafe is nearly empty. Is it closing time? Oh, sorry, just kind of spaced out. I can't believe it's so empty in here. Finally. It always gets like this before dinner time. Yes, it's that lull period. People are getting ready to go out and some are going home for dinner. But it'll get busier later when the Saturday night customers come in to relax. Yes, indeed. We hear the door swing close behind us and both turn to see Chisaki walk out with a large tray of drinks. Are those for me? Can those be for me? Thanks for all your help today, Hana. Yeah, no problem. Ryoko's coming in for the night shift soon, so you're free to go. Okay. I nod but continue to eye the drinks in her hands. Tatsuya, since your shift is almost over too, can you take these two Carnavalis. Carnavalis? Take Hana too. Where the hell? Ooh, new place! Yay, I wanna see! It'd be nice if you showed her around. Yes. Do show me around. Yes, mother. Wow, you're so reluctant. You sound so enthused by this. And Tatsuya takes the drinks from Chisaki and she gives us a small bow. Have a good evening. Yeah, no worries. You too. Thank you for all the help today, you two. Yes. With a wave, Chisaki sees us off and we leave the cafe. Yes. Bye. Bye, Mama Tatsuya. Bye, Mama Yukimura. Bye. We walk along the twilight streets side by side, not saying anything. Okay. Somehow I'm comfortable with the silence as I take in all the sights of the Chowa district. There are so many shops I haven't heard of. It feels like a new world in itself. Well, it kind of is. I want to ask Tatsuya what kinds of things some of the shops sell, or if some of the restaurants have strange foods. But I also don't want to be the one to break the quiet. Suddenly I notice a familiar sign, Shinamura Electronics. Shinamura Electronics! Hey, it's my dad's company right there! Oh my god, it's like right there! Ta-da! I didn't even notice it. Oh, Carnavalis! Hey! I didn't... Oh my god, I'm so fucking blind. Like, I'm just kind of like scanning everything. And Seafoam Spa is that one? Oh my god, it's that company that Katsu owns. Holy shit, I'm finally... I'm finally paying attention. Oh man, what? How is it that we can even have advertising here? I don't even know. I thought you were rich. So, like, why are you surprised? You've been pretty quiet. Yeah, oh, cause, you know. But judging from what I've seen so far, I'm guessing you're wondering about where we're going. Yes. Well, actually I wasn't, but I do, so... yeah, a little bit. Yeah, where are we exactly? What is Carnavalis? I can already tell that Tatsuya's about to discourse about something. Why? But I find I don't mind since his voice is rather soothing. It's nowhere special. Oh, okay. Carnavalis is an upscale piano bar. Yeah, it looks fancy. They only recently opened, but the staff there are fans of my mother's specialty caffeinated drinks. Oh, so it's like, so these drinks are like a little welcoming present, I guess. So recently on every Saturday, they order a lot of drinks to get ready for the late night ahead. Oh, never mind. I thought it's just recently opened since you said that. This is my first time personally going to deliver there, though. Okay. They're pre-gaming, essentially. Oh, I see. I'll have to try some of her specialty drinks next time then if they're that good. Pre-gaming with all the Red Bull shots and all the caffeinated drinks. A piano bar. I guess even supernaturals like to relax too. Well, duh, it's not like they're completely different, beings. We enjoy the simple things in life. I find that I'm looking forward to seeing what Carnavalis is like as I enjoy the stroll with Tatsuya. Ooh, hey! When we step inside the empty bar, I'm immediately greeted by cool air and a pleasant sweet scent I can't identify. I find myself relaxing thanks to the atmosphere and smooth music playing. That smooth jazz! Tatsuya goes to the bar counter and I follow. No one's there though, so we settle in to wait. Okay. I turn and lean my back against the counter, staring in awe at the glassy marble tiles and view of the setting sun outside. I've been to some fancy places before, but this place just exudes elegance. Yeah, I mean, big grand piano just, it does that. Contrary to my relaxed posture, Tatsuya is leaning over the counter on his elbows, tapping his fingers rapidly on the surface. Impatient, are we? He perks his head up as he notices something next to us. What? Is that? It's what? Tatsuya stands up straight and walks toward the other end of the bar. At first, I think he's going to look out the window, but then he slowly walks up to the bar's piano. He walks around it and stares at it for a few moments, seeming to take in every detail from every angle. You did not notice the piano when we first walked in. This big, hulking grand piano in the middle of the fucking room. Really. And like, even though I'm the one who's like really oblivious to things in my surroundings, like even I noticed the goddamn piano first. He lightly runs his hands over the glossy top as if it were something fragile, or maybe magical. Maybe it really is magical. Maybe it plays by itself, but that's not exactly magical because there are, pianos playing by itself here without, whatever, you get what I mean. Tatsuya walks around to the other side of the piano and his blue eyes fall to the keys. Do you play? His gaze is somehow desperate or maybe longing, but he doesn't touch them. have no idea why he's acting so weird, but if he wants to play it so bad, he should just do it. Maybe a trauma that stopped him playing. I don't even know. Do you want to play it? Tatsuya's eyes dart to me as if just remembering that I even exist. Right, right, I'm right here. What? Yes. Piano. Yeah. You seemed like you wanted to play it. Tatsuya's eyes drop to the keys again, but he looks sad and almost like he's in pain. Oh no. Something suddenly stirs within me seeing that expression, and I walk over to the piano myself. I knew it. He has a trauma that stopped him from playing. I'm calling it right now. Tatsuya watches as I carefully sit down on the bench. I place my fingers on the keys as if I were going to play, but I don't press down. Listen to the songs of my people, and then just bangs on the piano. Not exactly the greatest way to play. You know, I've always wanted to learn to play the piano. Why don't you? Back when I lived in the UK, we had one, but I was never allowed to touch it. Why not? My mother never... Oh. I stop realizing what I've said. Yes, Shizuka. A sick feeling spreads through me, and I pull my hands back from the keys, curling them into fists. Oh no, triggered. I press one to my chest, willing my sudden feelings to get under control. If Tatsuya notices, he doesn't say so, he only sits down on the bench close to me. Ah, why don't you play me a tune? He reaches out, wrapping his cold fingers on my hands and places them on the keys again. Ah, he murmurs under his breath. Like this. As he puts my fingers in the correct playing positions, I look at Tatsuya's hands. Ah, they're larger than mine, but they have long, strong fingers. His fingers are so elegant, it's like he was meant to play the piano. Or maybe he has, girl. Maybe he has. Why don't you play? Yeah, why don't you play? I speak barely above a whisper, but Tatsuya looks at me as if I had just shouted. Why, yeah. He looks down again and hesitantly places his hands on the keys next to mine. After a few moments, he quietly, haltingly begins to play a nostalgic melody. Aww. As he plays, I move my hands to my lap and shyly look up at his face. He seems so focused, but somehow relaxed. Serene. I start to lose myself in his music, feeling at peace too. Even as he makes a few mistakes, his playing becomes increasingly confident. I almost want to close my eyes, but I find I can't stop watching him. Suddenly Tatsuya stops. Ah! I was just enjoying it. I start to ask what's wrong, but then I see he's looking at something across the piano. Is this a person? Or rather someone. It's a person. Hey there! I turn to see what Tatsuya's looking at and see a young woman standing in front of the piano. Oh, when did you come in? I look from her to Tatsuya and back. They stare at each other silently. The surprise is visibly apparent in both of their faces. Awkward! Tatsuya. Tatsuya? I feel as if someone is suddenly pressing down on my chest hard. Is it an ex? Oh my god, is this your ex? I don't even get to call him that. Tatsuya looks at the girl dazed, unsure. Haruna? Haruna-chan. His voice is not much above a whisper, His voice is not much above a whisper, and yet I can still hear it, the strange sweetness in his voice when he says the girl's name. It's an ex-girlfriend. I force myself to not turn away, even though my heart feels like it's being squeezed in an icy grip. Tatsuya stands up and moves closer to the girl. Just a step closer, but I'm already left behind him. Oh no. I can't see what sort of expression he's making as he looks at her, and I don't think I want to know. Oh no. Hana gets jealous so easily, god. The feeling of suddenly being very small and unwanted, like I was some sort of pest, creeps into my very being. The girl, Haruna as he called her, smiles gently up at Tatsuya. Wow, it's been so many years. Oh, really? She briefly glances at me and tilts her head. You've grown up into such a good-looking guy. I'm kind of jealous of your girlfriend here. Or maybe he's a piano teacher. Maybe she looks older than she really is. I don't know. Who? He looks back at me as if he just remembers that I'm here. Oh, her. Oh, her! Thanks, Tatsuya. She's not my girlfriend. Yeah, thanks. Tatsuya says it with so little emotion as he turns back to Haruna. Wow! Thanks for blowing me off like that. Like, you didn't need to be so fucking rude about it. Like, you could just say, oh, she's not my girlfriend, then, you know, you've been mistaken. You didn't have to take on that tone with me. I try not to wince at the sudden sharp sting in my heart. I don't know why it matters. It's not like what he's saying isn't true. I guess it just hurts to be so easily dismissed and forgotten. I stand up from the piano bench. It looks like the staff is back. I'll just go take care of the order while you catch up. Tatsuya barely spares me a glance as I walk away towards the bar area. Wow, thanks Tatsuya. I push through my own curiosity and walk towards the staff without looking back a single time. One of the staff, the bartender, looks at me with a smile as I stop right in front of the bar. Thanks for these, and could you tell Chisaki thanks from us? Yes, yeah. When I nod, the bartender smiles brighter. Thanks. Oh, and here's the payment. Oh. I take the money from her hands and put it away in my pocket. Oh, it's a her. Okay. Thank you. I'll just wait here for him to be done. Yeah. Hey, while you're at it, can you like fix me a drink? I think this to myself, but even then, or perhaps especially because I thought about it, my eyes drift over to Tatsuya. I can see that he's still talking to the girl, albeit too quietly for me to hear from all the way over here. Damn it. Haruna's normally so quiet, I never really see her talk to anyone. Oh, isn't that Chisaki's son? Yes, it is. Well, one of her sons. The waiter asks, and both he and the bartender look at me curiously. What? What? I nod at them. They both smile as they briefly glance at Tatsuya and Haruna. Then, when they look back to me, they look at each other as if suddenly understanding something. The bartender leans in closer over the bar. Oh, you gonna spill the tea? You gonna spill some tea to me? Okay, what's up? What's up, girl? What's up? So is that your boyfriend then? No! She asked me in a quiet voice. I ignore the way my heart flips at the suggestion. No, why does everyone say that? The waiter snorts and the bartender laughs openly, neither bothered to hide their amusement at all. What? Why is that so funny? Well, I can't say why anyone else asked that. Why? What? But in our case, we probably both saw how you were just trying to glare holes through us. Hey now. I was? Yeah, you're not doing a very good job at hiding it. Oh no, I didn't even realize it. I start to bow to apologize, but the waiter is already turning and walking away. I can give you a little help though. Why? What? What do you mean? Who says I need help? I hear her mutter as he walks towards Tatsuya and Haruna. Unsure what to do, I can only watch the scene unfold in front of me. Hey Haruna, come on, we have to finish getting ready for the night. Haruna looks startled at his sudden appearance. That's typo, startled. Then, as if finally realizing how completely absorbed with Tatsuya she had been, she quickly bows to the waiter. I'm so sorry, Michi. I completely forgot. Michi laughs and waves away the apology. It's fine, Haruna, but I could use your help in the back. Of course. Well, I hope I see you again, Tatsuya. Okay, right. Have a good night. Or maybe an old crush? Not even an ex, just an old crush. Ooh. Haruna nods and quickly says goodbye. As she walks away with Michi, I finally move from the bar and walk over to Tatsuya. Haruna and I pass each other and she gives me a little smile. I somehow manage to force out a smile back at her, but it feels so incredibly awkward. Yeah, I can only hope it didn't look like a grimace. Tatsuya's eyes don't stray from Haruna's retreating back as I walk up to him. I feel a stab of irritation, right? Ugh, well whatever. Whatever! I pull the money the staff had given me out of my pocket. Hey, Yukimura. He doesn't react. Hello! Money in the face here! Is he that spaced out? God, try to get his attention, ignore him, yell at him. Hello, we got to go. Hello, you can't just stand here all day just looking like, you know. Hey, Yukimura, hello? Hello? Huh? Oh yeah, what is it, Lee? The money. Tatsuya finally looks at me. Although he tries to play it off, I can easily see that he's still distracted. Did that girl make him forget why we even came here in the first place? Yup. Here. I shove the money into his hands and walk past him. I'm going home. Bye. I don't give Tatsuya any time to respond as I walk out of the bar. This time, I'm not even This time, I'm not even tempted to look back for his reaction. I have no idea if Tatsuya would follow me or not, or maybe I don't want to think about the possibility that he might not. But I don't give him the chance to do so. After only a few steps out of the bar, I break into a run before he can catch up to me. After leaving Tatsuya behind the bar, I went straight home in a very bad mood. I don't blame you, girl. You already seem so heated when you just left that bar. Oh my god. Just the very fact that I was in a bad mood over something so ridiculous like that asshole Yukimura made it so much worse. Yes. So much so that I ended up getting a headache. Yes, I feel you. I decided to lay down in bed, but that somehow turned into me glaring at the ceiling, having a generally shitty Saturday night. Girl, you need some couple. You need to go to a bar. You need to hit up on some drinks, okay? Like, it's not gonna do you any good if you're just gonna glare at your ceiling. I sigh and glance at the clock. The red numbers 7:44 practically glare back at me from across the room. It still seems pretty light. Jesus, what is this? Is this morning? Wait a minute. This doesn't make sense. I sigh again as feelings of frustration start to overtake me. Normally I don't mind being alone, but tonight I'm all too aware of the loneliness that I can't seem to shake. It seems like it's still like... This lighting does not make sense. I'm confused. This looks like it's like 8 a.m. in the morning, not 7 p.m. What should I do? Or is this Saturday morning? I don't know. Again, I'm not paying attention. Should I go out somewhere? Or maybe just watch something instead? There should be a new episode of Sakura Sparkle Cure out by now. Oh, I moved to grab my phone so I can check. The screen lights up just before I can reach it. Why? My hand stops and my heart jumps in my chest. It's Tatsuya, isn't it? Could it be? Could it be? My silly traitorous heart leaps at the very thought of it being Tatsuya. Or maybe it's not. Could he actually be worried about me? Nope. I don't know. With a shaky hand, I reach out again and grab my phone. When I unlock the screen, I see that the message is from an email address I don't recognize at all. Oh, it's this guy, Kaseima. Yes, that's his name. That was his name. Katsunosuki Kaseima. This is Katsu. Are you free tonight? K. P.S. Don't worry too much about how I got your contact information. It's not hard to find when you're me. This guy. Oh my god. Although it's short, I end up reading over the email several times. No matter how many times I read it, the creepy vibes I get from it don't go away, right? I mean, he snooped somewhere and got your contact information. Katsu? I rack my brain trying to remember if I know anyone at all by that name. It's that guy that was like shamelessly flirting with you, girl, and he has bright aqua hair. How can you forget that guy? It sounds vaguely familiar for some reason, but... An image of a somewhat familiar face and that almost constant arrogant smile flashes in my mind. Yes, she's just like me in a way, I guess, then. Because, actually no. Like, I suck at remembering names, and I remember faces better, but if someone has something really distinct about them the first time I meet them, like really bright hair, or really like, I don't know, something that really stands out, then for sure I would remember their names. There we go. That guy from yesterday. Yes, that guy. Katsunosuki, wasn't it? Yes, it is. I stare down at his email again. He says not to worry about how he got my email, but I'm worried. My mind turns trying to come up with the different ways he might have gotten my email address. Probably from my dad, maybe. The only thing I can think of is that he somehow got it from Shinomura Industries, right? Probably charmed some poor unsuspecting secretary. Wouldn't be surprised somehow. I know. Suddenly just holding my phone makes me feel disgusted. I sigh, and while the feeling doesn't completely go away, I can't help but feeling just a little vindicated. At least someone is interested in me though, even if it's pathetic to think that. Girl, yeah, it's true. After thinking about it a moment, I shrug. Dad did say I should get to know the guy if I want to help move the deal along, so for my project, I'll do it. Yes, strictly business. For once, I throw caution and reason to the wind and start writing to Katsu a reply. Yes, I'm free. Let's go to a bar. My phone chimes again almost immediately after I sent my answer. Oh my god, you have so much spare time. I'm a little surprised you actually responded. Do you want to go on a date tonight? I'll take you somewhere nice. Okay! I begin to type in my reply. To be clear, I'm only interested in going out for business reasons. but as my finger hovers over the reply button, something Dad had said before comes to mind. Why? Don't make it so obvious? He did mention something about not being too blunt, right? Yes. God damn it. With that in mind, I hit backspace and instead type, I'll go out with you, but please remember that it's on behalf of Shinomura Industries, right? That's fine, right? Right? I mean, you know, I don't have to question my choice of words for long. Katsu replies almost immediately again. I mean, he seems like the kind of guy who would be like, yeah, sure, like he wouldn't care. I'm sending you the address as an attachment. Meet me there at 9. We can have some drinks there before going somewhere else. Okay. Wow. I sigh. What the heck am I even doing? Well, whatever, girl. I look at my closet. It's too late to back out now, so I guess no choice. Still feeling unsure about what I'm even doing, I move to get ready. I don't know much about Katsu or even where we'll be going, so what should I wear? I rummaged through my closet, feeling a bit scatterbrained from the spontaneity of it all. Right? I don't do spontaneous. I'm a little bit bad on that side. No way, I should go have a shower first, think about what to wear while getting clean. Oh, that's true. I head up to have a shower with that in mind. Okay. And you just kind of wear casual clothes. Alright, whatever. He seems like the casual kind of guy because he literally showed up to a business meeting and he was like, you know, he looks like a hobo. When I consider just who I'm going out with, I ended up picking out casual yet cute clothes, a long sleeve sweater, and a flowing skirt. Good enough. This guy went to a business meeting looking casual, so I think it's a safe guess that he doesn't do anything other than casual, right? That's my thought exactly. Katsu did say that we should meet up at a cafe before going to dinner, but it's, what's its face? The Veritas. I didn't realize it would be this cafe, right? She hasn't been here since Shizuka. As soon as I walked through the door, a wave of anxiety hit me. Uh-oh. An image of her comes to the forefront of my mind, and I feel like I can almost see her sitting there right by the window waiting for me. Oh no. Oh no. My heart jumps and an unpleasant chill passes through me. I can smell the perfume she always wears hanging around in the air like a vicious poison. It burns my throat. I take a step back and in another, my back hits the door. The solid feeling behind me helps me snap back to reality. Right, can't freak out here now, girl. I take a deep breath and look around. The place is full of people, only a few empty seats by the bar remain. And is he there? And that's where I spot the bright turquoise hair, yes. I straighten myself up and make my way through the busy coffee house up to Katsunosuki. Katsu looks up as I walk up to him. He stands up in one fluid movement, so unlike the laziness he exuded back in Shinomura Industries. Hey there, hey. A pleasure to see you again, Hana. Yes. Can't say the same for you, but okay. He smoothly, easily takes my hand and plants a kiss on the back of it. My skin tingles under the heat of his lips. Wow. Okay. Okay, sir. What's all this about all of a sudden? He wasn't being this forward yesterday. I don't know. He was being pretty forward in my books. Allow me to formally introduce myself. Why? He lets my hand go a little too slowly. His fingers tickle my skin. He gives a small mocking bow. I already know who you are, though. Katsunosuki Kaseima. I'm the scion and current leader of the Kaseima family. Okay, that's nice. Which is, of course, very large, very old, very rich, and all that. Okay, alright. Looking at him, I never would have guessed Katsunosuki might be someone important, especially not someone chosen to lead. You're old money, huh? And yet, it explains everything I couldn't quite put my finger on. It's doubtful he's ever had to worry about much in his life at all. When he stands back up straight again, he smiles down at me. His voice seems even smoother and deeper than yesterday when he speaks again. Okay. You're looking very cute tonight. Thank you, I know. Did you dress down a little more for me? Yes, I actually did. I did. I haven't had time to say a single word to him, and he already had me figured out. He only met me once before. Could I be that easy to figure out? Yes, you are, actually. I opened my mouth to reply when I realized that I recognized the person who's been sitting next to Katsu at the bar. Who? Oh, hey, Professor Kazama. Professor Kazama, oh my goodness. You two are friends? Without me even noticing, Hikaru has been sitting, sipping his coffee there the whole time. I bet he heard all that too. I know. Katsu cocks his head to the side. Oh, do you know him? Yes, I do. He's my teacher at school. I'm one of her professors, yes. Hikaru smiles up at me from his seat. Good evening, Lee. How are you? I'm great. Nice to see you here. I'm good. Sorry, Professor, I didn't see you there. Do you know Katsunosuki? Yeah. Hikaru shakes his head. Oh, you don't? I just met him. Okay. He's just, getting friendly. We were having a chat before the recent troubles. We were having a chat about the recent troubles between the Fae factions of Avalon before you came in. Ooh, okay. Sounds serious. Oh, okay, I see. Politics. The Fae? Avalon? What? Sounds like something out of a fantasy book for real. I know, right? I have no idea where to even begin asking about that particular topic, so I just smiled and said, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I know. The Fae of Avalon? Yeah, I heard of them. Sure. I'm surprised to see you here, actually, Professor. Do you come here often? Yes, he does. Yep, I'm actually a regular here, especially when weekends are kind of slow for me. Right. Katsu laughs lightly. I can understand the feeling. What do you mean? He glances at me and smiles. But this weekend I got lucky. Oh, okay, what? Before I can ask what a slow weekend might be or exactly what Katsu means by getting lucky, Hikaru suddenly stands up. Oh my goodness! Oh god! It was good chatting with you, Kaseima. Now if you excuse me, I'll leave you to enjoy your date. Hey, it's not a date, okay? Katsu nods as a goodbye, and I follow suit, unsure of what else to do. As Hikaru walks past me, I hear him murmur under his breath. Be careful around him. Yeah. Don't need to tell me twice. I turn to him to ask what he means, but Hikaru's already out through the door, leaving me utterly confused. Frustration bubbles up inside me, and my worries only seem to multiply. Katsu offers me up his seat as he takes the one that Hikaru has vacated. I slid down without comment. It's hard to talk with my headache only growing in size. I know. Out of the corner of my eye, I can see the table Shizuka and I sat. I can almost see her there, her shining green eyes looking back at me. They glimmer with something almost like sorrow. Oh, now I'm hallucinating. I freeze up. My hands start to shake and it takes me all of my willpower to stop them. Hana, is something wrong? Oh yeah, huh? Oh, huh. Katsu's voice snaps me out of my strange state. I shake my head. No, everything's fine. I was just thinking, thinking about my mother and how, how traumatized she's left me, So tell me, why are you looking to sell all your properties? Katsu chuckles at first, but quickly enough it turns into a full-on laugh. Okay. I like your directness, even though it does stem from naivety. Yeah, I don't know. Oh my god. I frown as he moves closer with a smirk. Hey now, personal space. I can't tell you just yet, it's a secret. Okay. He pulls away, but the smirk doesn't leave his lips. I hold back a frustrated sigh. I feel like a toy that's being battered around by a cat, and I get the sense that it's not something that will ever change with him. I sit back and prepare myself for an evening with Katsunosuki. Oh boy. Oh boy. With a drink in hand, I watch Katsu. It's been half an hour, and I have yet to learn much more about him, other than the fact that he's a huge flirt. Well, I would figure you would already kind of understand that when the first time you met him. So I don't know if this is considered new information. But I had that figured out already. Exactly, girl. So I got nothing new. Yes. I want to sigh, but settle for taking a sip of my drink instead. I can't tell if he's actually serious or not though, and that bothers me to no end. He's insanely hard to read. Yes, he is. As Katsu moves to take another drink, I notice Tatsuya and his mother walk into the cafe. Uh-oh, awkward, awkward. Uh-oh, hide. Oh no. Oh no. I look back to Katsu. Whatever my feelings for Tatsuya, I do not want to be seen on a date with someone like Katsu of all people right now. I know, it's not what it looks like. Can we go ahead to dinner, right now? Stat, we got to go. Katsu stops midway sip and glances at me. Amusement seems to dance in his turquoise eyes. He's gonna like fuck around, isn't he? He's gonna be like, oh, is that like your boyfriend? Is that someone you like? For a while he doesn't speak and I begin to feel a nervous sweat start to form on my brow. She's like sitting there and it's just all this perspiration starts to form on her face. I can't even begin to guess what he's thinking when he looks at me that way. He puts his drink down and stands up. Okay. Alright. Okay. I stand up and grab my bag, but from where we are, I can clearly hear Chisaki speak to the barista because she's good friends with him. I'm here to see Galen about a job for my son. Yes. Oh, so he ends up working here regardless because he ended up working at Veredas in Show's route. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Galen. Would you go and let him know I'm here? Uh-oh. I freeze for a second and peek at Chisaki and Tatsuya from behind Katsu. I know, hopefully he's tall enough to hide me, you know? Tatsuya looks as grumpy as ever, standing there behind Chisaki, but they haven't seemed to notice me in the busy bar area yet. Good. They're so close. Abort mission, abort! Get out of there, get out of there! My heart feels like it's trying to escape my body from my throat. Through my throat. I tug on Katsunosuke's arm and he chuckles. That's so cute, you know. What? Come on then. Although he walks at a leisurely pace, his long strides are hard for me to match and I end up having to rush after him. As I close the glass door of Veredas behind me, I can almost swear that I catch Tatsuya looking my way. Well, too bad. I'm gone. Peace out. Chapter 5, Cold Night. Okay, Cold Night. Alright, what's happening? Okay, we left Chowa's upscale area, heading into a lower part of the district. Okay. My head has been pounding like a drum all this time, and it only keeps getting worse as time goes on. Ugh, why do I feel so awful? Why do you feel so awful? It's because, you know, you have a crush, developing feelings for Tatsuya, and you're kind of a little confused, and so now it's like you just fully kind of been like, you sort of blew him off in a way, and sort of, and you're here now with Katsunosuke, even though it's not like that. I don't know. I cast a sideways glance at Katsu, who's walking right next to me. I shouldn't have said yes, I should have just stayed home. Yeah, well, too late now. A strange heaviness settles in my chest. Why, my thoughts begin to spiral downwards into the countless what-ifs. It starts to feel almost as if something was trying to claw its way out of my rib cage. What if Tatsuya did see me? Well, what if he did? I try not to grimace. What if he did? What did he think then? What did he think then? Well, just thinking about him makes my mood turn dark again. For whatever reason, my thoughts strayed far too easily to him. Katsu wordlessly strides alongside me with his hands in his pockets, while I continue to torture myself with my silent thoughts. I can feel him glance at me without even looking at him. You sure you don't want to go somewhere fancier for food? Well, street food and regular restaurants have just as good as food, okay? And they're a lot cheaper, okay? God, I don't care about showing up in whatever kind of clothing I like. I fight the urge to sigh. He didn't even need to say it, that much was clear already, right? Like, honestly. Katsu has said he wanted to take me to some fancy upscale restaurant, but I don't need that. I'm not that kind of girl. But while he might not care about it, I would have felt too awkward going in there while looking so casual. Yes, that too. When I don't reply fast enough, he laughs. You know, you're making this very hard on me. Why? What? I look at him, unable to hide my confusion. Huh? What? Being so quiet and refusing to let me wine and dine with you. Being so quiet and refusing to let me wine and dine you. What the hell? I've said this already before even going out anywhere. It's strictly business. I'm here on behalf of Shinomura Industries. My reply seems only to amuse him more and he laughs again. Whatever he was going to say, Katsunosuke cuts himself off and suddenly stops. Why? Not expecting an abrupt stop like that, I almost walk face first right into him. I look up just in time to see him stop. I can't see why he stopped, so I move to step around him when he quickly turns around and grabs me by the arm. What? Katsu, what? He roughly pulls me into the side alley. What the fuck is going on? Why? What do you think you're doing? You can't just... Yeah. Before I can protest further, Katsu pushes me up against the wall and covers my mouth with his hand. What is going on? Who did you see? What the hell? He's so close that I can barely move my arms. I try to pry his hand away from my mouth, but I can't reach. I struggle against him, pounding my fist against his chest. I try to push him away with all my strength, but Katsu doesn't move, not even an inch. Any attempts at make are fruitless. He's far stronger than he looks, of course. And he's probably really tall. I look up, ready to glare him into the ground, but he's not doing anything. Of course not, because he clearly saw somebody really hella shady, and now he's being hella shady himself. Katsunosuke doesn't seem to be trying to do anything except hold me still and quiet. In fact, he's not even looking at me. I follow his line of sight. His eyes are focused on the alley's entrance. I stop moving entirely and relax. What's going on, right? What is going on? I glance up at him with a frown. Don't tell me he spotted one of his girlfriends or something. No, I don't think he'd be the kind to care, really. I wouldn't exactly be surprised if that was actually the case. Unable to do anything else, I look back to the alley entrance, and that's when I see it. What? A hooded figure covered in dark purple clothing stands there. Oh. So we've been found out. So that was pretty pointless of you to do that, Katsu. I can barely blink before the figure runs up to us in a flash and attacks Katsu with something. They move much too fast for me to see what it is. Probably a knife or something. I don't even know. Katsu doesn't hesitate to throw me to the ground. Ouch! Oof! Oh my god, with an almost lazy wave of his hand, a wave of water bursts forth from seemingly nowhere, blocking the incoming attack. Nice. The attacker is sent back a few steps, but they manage to hold their ground. Oh my goodness. The two stare at each other for a moment before Katsu finally speaks. Who the hell are you? Girl, I just wanted to go get some takoyaki. Jesus Christ. Why do I gotta get dragged into all this mess? Okay, of course he's not gonna answer. Instead of answering, the stranger suddenly jumps to the side away from Katsu and rushes at me. Oh my god! Bruh! In mid-air, they form a deadly-looking icicle ready to stab me. Oh. Okay. I freeze at the sight. I can't breathe. My lungs feel as if they're closing up. A strange tingling spreads throughout my whole body. It's like a million tiny pinpricks are trying to break through my skin. Flashes of the outburst in Professor Kasuma's class come to mind, but the heat I felt from that time isn't here. Okay, then what are you doing? I feel cold. So deathly cold and numb. Uh-oh. A sensation of floating in nothingness. My body starts to move on its own, throwing out my hand in front of me. Wow. A wall of ice shoots out of the ground. Hey, I can use ice too! Hey! Hey! The assailant barely manages to stop before they hit the ice and drops their icicle. But that doesn't seem to matter in the slightest. Shit, not again. Oh no. My body is beyond my control. Ice spreads from my body all around me. I can't do anything. I feel as if I'm floating in my own mind, unable to even blink. Okay. I hear the distant screams of the other distant screams of the other stragglers in the alley, but it's all starting to get hazy. Move, damn it! Oh my goodness. It's not fire this time, but it's ice. Shit. I put everything I have into moving, into doing something, but it's as if my body is truly not my own. Jagged peaks shoot out from the ice on the ground, and ice runs along the walls. They sharpen and wildly grow into all directions. I'm Elsa! Surprise! My vision is getting darker. The assailant is caught in my eruptions of ice as they try to flee. The last thing I see Katsu throw out his hand, sending a giant wave of water at the deadly spikes coming toward him. But then I black out. Oops. Oops! Ooh, this is cute. Hey, this room is cute. Even before I fully awaken, I get the feeling that I'm not somewhere safe and familiar. Slowly I open my eyes, already fearing what I might see. I'm greeted with the unexpected view of a chandelier in a dark room. In front of me, at the opposite end of the room, there is a large glass window where moonlight is pouring in. I can clearly see the millions of stars in the sky, which tells me at a glance that I'm probably nowhere near the city. But then I hear something terrifying. The soft sound of a person's breathing next to me. Okay. I force myself to turn my head and see what I feared I might. Katsunosuke's sleeping face not all that far from mine. Bruh, as well as long as I got clothes on, it's all good. But it's a nice room. It's a nice room. I like your decor. I feel a scream rising within my chest, but I frantically clasp my hands over my mouth. My heart racing, I manage to gently roll away while I gather my thoughts. That's Katsu. What happened? Well, you blacked out because, you know, suddenly you wanted to cosplay as Elsa. The events come back to me in fragments, getting attacked by that person. Katsu and I are about to go out to eat. The time I spent with Tatsuya earlier today seems like it happened weeks ago. I try to take in deep, shivering breaths and calm down. Okay, I don't know what happened or what Katsu might have done with me. Well, but I know I need to get away from here. With that thought in mind, though I'm terrified Katsu might wake up, I gingerly sit up on the side of the bed. I check to see if he woke up from the movement, but his face looks as relaxed as ever. Well, you're a heavy sleeper, even innocent. Well, that's good. Bye. Peace out. I push the thought out of my mind, knowing damn well he's the furthest thing from innocent. I stand up and start moving towards the door. It's only then that I realize the room seems very feminine, like a woman's room. Yeah. Pink furniture, vanity over here, little chandelier up on top. I mean, yeah. Is this really Katsu's room? No, it's not. I don't think it is, but if it is, then I don't mind. It's cute. While it's true he's a little eccentric, I didn't imagine him to have tastes like this. I guess you can't really tell what someone might like from seeing them. I start to move again, but stop when I see the view outside the window. It takes my breath away. Girl, we don't got time to admire the view, okay? I thought we need to go. There are empty fields that seem to go on forever, the wind gently stirring the grass under the pale light of the moon. You can take the time to admire your surroundings when you get outside of the house. Okay, girl? Come on, move! I know I should be freaking out considering I just confirmed my fears that I am indeed far away from the city. But I'm too enthralled by the stunning view. Okay. That view's so good that you just forget the fact that you're in a very dangerous situation. Oh my goodness. I stare at it for a few moments, letting it calm my mind and body. I hear something behind me then, and my heart stops in my chest. See? This is what happens when you waste time admiring the view. I quickly turn around, but Katsu is still right where I left him, albeit in a different position. Okay, good. He didn't wake up. He just shifted. Right, okay, I can admire the view later. I need to get out of here. Exactly. Oh my god, girl. You just thought of that now. I move to the door as quietly as I can and slip out of the room. There we go. Wow, okay, let's get lost together. Oh shit. I can't see anything at first, but soon my eyes adjust better to the dark. I realize that I'm actually in a traditionally styled Japanese house. But how? That room was nothing like the rest of the house. Well, you can't judge a house by its furniture, you know? Jesus. Pushing the mystery of that room out of my mind, I cautiously move down the stairs. The creak and my own rapid breathing gets faster with every step. Oh my goodness. I feel like my heart is going to explode by the time I reach the bottom. But somehow I manage to keep it together until I find the door that I hope leads to the outside. I mean... yeah, there we go, hey! I finally make it outside. I haven't heard a single sound aside from me. That's good. Now climb that wall. Climb that wall and get running. I stop for a moment in the shadows to calm my racing heart. I lean against the building and stare at the million stars above, wondering where the hell I am. I know. I mean, it's a nice house and it's a nice view, but like, seriously. Then I hear a sound. Uh-oh. Hide! I stop breathing and look from side to side. What was that? It was so faint, but it seemed close. But I don't hear anything. But you just said you heard something. After a few seconds, I decide to start moving again, reasoning that I should get out of here no matter where I am. Exactly. You can always call an Uber, and they come pick you up. I start walking to the gate, throwing nervous looks over my shoulders every so often. I'm almost there when I suddenly feel a presence behind me. Uh-oh. Katsu? Oh, I try to spin around and scream simultaneously, but a hand is thrown over my mouth. Ow. I'm grabbed around the waist and pulled forcibly against a warm body that starkly contrasts the cool night air. I'm not comforted by it at all, though. I know, right? Shh, it's just me. Who's me? What defines as me? Takumi. Takumi! My eyes grow wider than I thought possible. What the hell are you doing here? Takumi? Well, that's what I try to say, but it comes out muffled. I struggle to turn around and verify his identity, but his strong arms won't budge. Are you sure? Let's get out of here first, then I'll explain. Are you sure you're Takumi? Is this not some kind of like, disguise or some trick? Even though his usually high, clear voice is pitched low right now, I still recognize it. Okay, never mind. Alright, we good. We good then. Somehow just hearing the strangely familiar sound makes me relax and I feel Takumi's grip loosen. I nod in agreement with him, and while he completely lets my body go, his hand is still over my mouth. You promise not to scream? Of course not, now that I know who you are, Jesus. I nod again and his hands drop. I inhale the cool air into my lungs and gasp. Man, he scared the crap out of me, right? Finally, I'm able to turn around and I have to cover my mouth to stop the escaping scream of surprise. Oh yeah, he's dressed in his uniform. In the pale moonlight, I take in Takumi's visage, which is very different from normal. He's dressed entirely in a fashion that reminds me of a ninja, yes. From his half mask to the daggers hanging at his side, everything about him exudes a different kind of feeling from his usual carefree style. As I examine him with my mouth hanging open, he stares back at me with bright violet eyes that seem to hold danger within them. Is this really Takumi? Yes, it is. After letting me get a good look at him, Takumi strides towards the gate. How did you even find me? Jesus. He signals with 2 fingers for me to follow him. Okay. Hesitantly, I obey and go through the gates after him. Although I'm so confused right now, I'm glad he's here, right? I'm glad to see you than anybody else. It's all good. We've finally gotten outside of the compound and we're greeted by a dark forest. Oh no, it's Slender Man all over again. Internally, I give thanks to whoever decided it would be a full moon on this night. Right. Still though, it's still dark. Ah! I nearly twist my ankle on some unseen snarled root and almost fall, but Takumi reaches out a hand to steady me. Just hold on to me already. Oh, fine. This is like the 3rd time you've done that. I'm sorry, okay? Jesus. Takumi holds out his arm since he's been using his hand to pull apart some of the tangled shrubbery for me. Sheepishly, I grab onto Takumi's sleeve, feeling like a child. How is it he can even see so well in the dark? This place is almost pitch black. Apparently he has night vision. So he says. He said that in his little preliminary chapters. After a few more minutes of watching Takumi silently and adeptly move through this place, I begin to think. What the hell kind of double life he must lead to show up here dressed like that? I know, right? But we all know what he does. He's a private investigator. I was so surprised and grateful to see him I didn't even bother to ask yet. I'm about to open my mouth and ask what exactly is going on when the trees suddenly open up into a clearing. Oh yay, good joy, yay. I can see something white within the bushes. White. Is that a scooter? Is that your scooter? Yes, it is. It's your scooter. Oh my god. Takumi walks over and pulls a white scooter out, brushing away the leaves. He pulls it out rather proudly and gestures to it. This is how we're going to get back to the city. Nice. Not an Uber, but isn't she beautiful? Yes, she's very beautiful. Sure, yeah. It looks like you take good care of her. Takumi gets on first and gestures for me to get on behind him. Well, this won't be awkward at all? Well, this won't be awkward at all, yes. Whatever, not like you have a choice. Yeah, not having a choice, I walk to the scooter and get on behind Takumi, leaving some distance between us. He's gonna be like, nope. It's going to be a bumpy ride until we get on the streets, so hang on tight. Yeah, we're gonna off-road with a scooter. Takumi starts the scooter, and in moments we're rushing off into the night. Yay! I don't know how long time passes while we move within the quiet night. The empty highway that seemed to stretch forever eventually gave way to the cityscape on the horizon. Yay. Takumi hasn't spoken the entire time, and for some reason I haven't been able to get up the courage to break the oppressive silence of the night. But now that we're close to the city, come on, I raise my voice to yell above the road noise. Takumi, are you going to explain what you are doing there? And why you're dressed like this? Simple. Okay, I do night work like this all the time as a detective. Yes, we already know. And as for why I was there specifically, I can't say. Secrets. More secrets. For some reason, I seem to detect a bit of coldness in his tone. I decide against asking about it. Oh, okay. You're a detective, but you're so young. Been one for years. What? But now it's my turn to ask the questions, okay? Huh? I totally forgot he must not know why I was there either. Oh, okay, what do you want to know? How about starting with why you were there at all, right? Or more specifically, why were you in Kaseima's bed? I'm sorry, it wasn't my choice. How do you know about that? An icy silence is my only answer, though. I guess he was watching me for a while, then. Creepy. I know, that's a little creepy. Yeah, I mean, you could have just busted in there and helped me along the way, but you know, I found my way out just fine. So I guess I should tell him what I know? Yes, you should. Explain, say you don't know, refuse until he explains. I'll explain. Whatever. Well, your guess is as good as mine. I was going on a business dinner with Katsunosuki. The last thing I remember is being attacked while walking down the street with him, then waking up there. That's it, I swear. Exactly, that's all. Why do I even feel like I have to justify myself to him, right? But honestly, it's none of your business anyway. Takumi lets out a short laugh. True, but I appreciate you telling me. Yes, that room was so weird anyway. It looked so western, nothing like the rest of the house. I can shed some light on that one. Why? Ever since the Kaseimas came to power, they've been slowly working on remodeling that top floor. Okay. So you just gotta do some renovation stuff. Okay, alright. The room you were in wasn't Katsu's either, so that might explain the weird decor. Okay. Someone else's room, so why were we? But Takumi interrupts my thoughts with rapid-fire questions. Maybe he has a sister. I don't know. Tell me more about the attack. Right. Do you remember any specifics? Well, he tried to stab me with an icicle, which would have been great if he succeeded, because then no one would know how I have died. The ice would just melt, and then there's a stab wound there, and then you were just like, what the hell? No weapon, no nothing, no fingerprints. Nada. What did the person look like? He had a hood on. Do you remember anything that might have stood out about them? They had a hood on. Oh, I guess maybe. And they tried to stab me with an icicle. Let me think. I tell him everything I remember about the attacker, though Takumi keeps asking more questions. When he finally seems satisfied, I try asking him more, but he refused to answer. Oh my gosh. Sighing, I resign myself to sitting quietly. A wave of exhaustion hits me so strongly that I feel as if I'll fall asleep right there. Takumi picks up on it immediately. Hey, don't fall asleep back there. I'm sorry, I can't help it. You know, this breeze and like I've had a long night, okay? You'll fall off. I know I will. I nod even though Takumi can't see it. I feel so very tired suddenly. I can't wait to be in my own bed. We finally arrive at my apartment. Yay. I hope no one sees me coming in all disheveled at 4 a.m. with a ninja on a scooter bike. To have to explain to your neighbor, be like, you know, what has this girl been up to? This crazy ass young girl. Yeah, kids these days. I get off and start to thank Takumi, but he starts to speak instead. Why? I'm sorry I can't say more, but why? Stay away from Katsunosuki. Oh, well, yeah. Okay. He's involved in some dangerous stuff. Well, after that incident, yes, I figured. I hope you feel better. Get some rest. Yes. Without allowing me a chance to respond, Takumi hits the gas and goes speeding off into the night. Bye. I wearily walk up the steps to my apartment door, wondering exactly what the hell is going on with Katsu. I might have bit off more than I can chew, right? I mean, sure, Hikaru was like, yeah, be careful around him, but, you know, I thought you were just, you know, he was, you know, saying it on terms of him being a predator, so, you know, but I guess not. I guess there's more to it than that. Once I get to bed, I pass out immediately, not even bothering to change my clothes. I mean, I wouldn't either. But my sleep doesn't last for long. Oh my god, girl, can't a girl just get some rest? Lay me to rest, please. What's going on? Oh, I get a nightmare. Oh my goodness. I can feel a gentle breeze caress my skin. The pale moonlight dimly illuminates the night. In the eerie silence of the night, I sit on the frozen ground with my back resting against an ancient oak tree. Ah, the same oak tree we've had dreams about. Yep. Around me is nothing but endless fields of grass and purple hyacinths. The delicate flowers gently sway as if dancing in some invisible wind. Hey, this is the same dream. This is going over the same dream we just had. In chapter 3, I swear to God. No. I try to look around to see if there's maybe something behind the tree. I'm not even in control of my own body. I feel my body, I'm not even in control of my own body. I feel my real body twist as I try to fight the dream's directions. The sound of footsteps coming closer fills the night. My stomach knots in fear as she comes into view and stands before me. Then she says the words that fill me with dread. It truly is a shame that it has to be like this. Yes. Suddenly she's kneeling, carefully tucking my hair in behind my ear. I try to scream no, even as she touches me so gently. Where she touches my skin, it feels like it's on fire. Okay, suddenly I'm in the sky, or maybe I am the sky? I don't know, girl. I don't know about this lucid dream you're having, Jesus. I feel no pain this time. Actually, I feel nothing. But rather than feeling liberated, I feel suffocated. Then maybe you're underwater. Shizuka appears there somehow. She's sad. She looks so sad. Why? Well, we all know why. What is it that you've done? She walks in the sky, closer to me, closer, closer. Suddenly fear all over, everywhere, permeating my senses. I am real and I am shaking. She is so close to me, only her fills my vision. I open my mouth to scream. My mouth. Shizuka's mouth? No! No! I struggle to wake up, although I can hear my voice mumbling no. I feel something cold all over me, and the sensation shocks me awake. As soon as my eyes open, I hurry to sit up, wanting to get as far away as possible from the suffocating feeling of my dream. But when I do, I feel cold. Some things fall off of me. What? Something's fallen off of me. I look down and see that I'm covered in sparkling ice bits. Oh, whoa! Ain't that something? Where did all this come from? I don't break out into cold sweat when I get a nightmare. I break out into literal ice. Jesus. I blink several times before I realize that I'm the one who created this ice. It's almost beautiful as it shines in the dark room. The ice is haphazardly scattered all over me. As I look at it, I begin to understand it must have crystallized from my sweat as I struggled in my dream. Yes. Again? Yes, again. This might mean my powers are activating on their own now. Yes. I shiver, but it's not from the chill of the ice. I struggle to fall back to sleep that night. Well, looks like I'm not a pyrokinetic after all. It's more like I'm more into fire. I'm more into ice. What am I saying? The next morning, my body feels exhausted and achy, like a wrung-out rag. At least I don't have a headache. Yeah. I force myself to get up to shower and change into my pajamas since I know there's no way I'm going out. Nope, not after that night. I check my email, trying not to think about what I dreamt, and I see one from someone unexpected. It's Tatsuya? This time? Katsu. Oh, okay. I was gonna say it was either Tatsuya or Katsu, and it's Katsu. Hey, sorry about what happened last night. There's some people who are after me because of who I am, but they aren't usually bold enough to just attack me on the street like that. I'll make them regret ruining our plans. I find you fascinating, so I'd like to get to know you better. Let's try again soon. I'm genuinely surprised to see him apologizing for anything, but like to also be like, hey, sorry, let's try again some other time. But more than that, the way he said I'll make them regret ruining our plans scares me. He also didn't mention what happened at his house at all. Exactly, girl, you didn't have no explanation for that. Jeez. I stare at the message for a few minutes, trying to decide what to do or say. Ultimately, I decided against replying at all. Yes. There's just too many mysteries surrounding this guy. I think I'm way over my head, right? I mean, I would just kind of try to avoid him altogether. I sigh and lie back in bed, staring at the ceiling, going through the prior day's events in my mind. So much happened yesterday, I know. Nearly dying, summoning ice, becoming Elsa, waking up in another guy's bed. Like, usually I'm not that kind of girl, but you know, I don't know what happened. I wonder if I should tell Tatsuya what happened with Katsu in the ice last night. I pick up my phone with the intent to email him, but I find that I can't, right? I mean, hey Tatsuya, how's it been? How's it been going? You know, my life is just, you know, a little bit confusing, and I seem to really like ice for some reason, and I don't have a control on it, so can you like help me out? Flashes of seeing Haruna with Tatsuya and him being so casual with her. Right, that too. How he acted afterward, totally ignoring me, it dances through my mind, taunting me. I throw down the phone in frustration at Tatsuya and myself. Besides, I'm sure he'd think I'm an idiot for even going on a date with some guy I don't know well. Well, isn't that... That's true, yeah. But that's what Tinder's all about. Remembering that Takumi is his roommate, I groaned and turned my pillow over my head. Oh my god, maybe Takumi might have said something. Please, please don't tell him, Takumi. Please. The thought of that jerk Tatsuya knowing that is almost too much to bear. Knowing that is too much to bear. I throw the pillow aside and stand up. Okay, today's a day for anime. Yes, gonna binge watch anime and just, you know, take my worries away. I totally deserve to relax after a day like yesterday. Exactly. Ugh, everywhere hurts. Anyway, yeah, everywhere hurts. Rubbing my strangely sore muscles, I trudged to the bathroom. As I pass, I ignore the bowl filled with water from last night's melted ice. Hehe, I can't keep doing this. I have to talk to Dad about Shizuka. Making the resolution in my mind, I push everything else out of it and look forward to a relaxing Sunday. A little did I know I wouldn't even see Tatsuya for almost 2 weeks after that. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, this is unprecedented. It's Thursday, September 24th. I haven't seen Tatsuya since the 12th on that crazy Saturday where so much happened. Uh-oh. He even canceled last week's business club meeting. I haven't responded to any of Katsu's texts either. For the most part, I've been leading an ordinary life, attending my classes like usual. The only difference is that I've been going to my supernatural classes too. Right. While I've learned a lot about the basics of magic, I still can't consciously summon anything. Sho and Shinji sometimes help me with my supernatural homework after class, but Tatsuya's one lesson was honestly more helpful than these classes anyway. Where the hell is this guy then? Did I choose the wrong answer to like be all up in his face when he was spacing out? I mean, what else was I supposed to do? Like, he's just gonna stand there all day. Like, I don't got time for that. I've seen Takumi around too, but I haven't had the chance to talk to him. Oh, okay, right. In fact, it kind of feels like he's avoiding me because he always leaves class so quickly now. Oh. So many questions have been running through my mind since that day. Takumi said he was a detective, so why was he dressed like that? And exactly why was he at Katsu's place that night? Maybe he's snooping. Oh yeah, maybe he wasn't there for us, but he was just snooping around, trying to get some information for some client that he must have, and then we just so happened to be there, and he's just like, what the fuck? Yes. Who is he really? Is he good or bad? And why does he feel so familiar? Because he's your childhood friend that you don't recognize. Even as I think these things, I push open the door to the business club, anxious, but hoping Tatsuya's there today. Hello! Almost everyone's there before I am, and they all look at me when I walk in. Including Tatsuya. Okay, hey. I look down and quickly take a seat on the couch next to Shinji. Since the meeting hasn't started yet, I start messing with my phone out of nerves. Takumi's here too. Why am I so nervous? Because we all got secrets. After a few minutes, Sho comes rushing in and joins us on the couch with me in the middle. Surprising no one, not even Tatsuya, comments on his tardiness. Instead, Tatsuya clears his throat, signaling the beginning of the meeting. Let's begin. Okay, regarding our current project. What current project? Oh yeah, I've been researching some business that have an interesting business model. Right. She was saying how like we should go on excursions to other businesses as, you know, as the business club. The criteria was that they have to have a high number of young visitors, and as I watched Tatsuya talk, I realized how confident he sounds, like he's totally in his element when he's leading the meetings. I try to pay attention, but my thoughts end up drifting as I stare at him. You daydream a lot, girl. We only spent a few days together, but I feel like we were getting closer, and now, I know. I sigh. My life is just so hard. It's like we're back to being strangers again. It's been so long since we spoke. Everything was fine until that Haruna girl showed up. Maybe she really was some girl he likes then. Yeah. Then from next to me, I hear a whisper. Are you okay, Hana? I'm not. You seem really distracted. I smile a little. He's always so sweet. I can't believe he noticed though. I'm fine. I just have a lot on my mind. Yeah, a lot happened. If you need to talk, you can always tell one of us. An irritated voice cuts through our whispers. Oh, Tatsuya. Is there something you guys want to talk about? Oh, no. No. Like what? Our undying love for you? I shake my head, not wanting an argument to break out because of me. For just a moment, our eyes meet, but Tatsuya looks away. So he is avoiding me. Why? Yeah, why? Because probably he saw us with Katsu, and then now he's just like, he's caught the feels, sort of. Like, he's like, what is she doing with this guy? Who is he? Where is he? Where are they going? I mean, he's supposed to be my partner, right? Right? So why is it that I have to depend on everyone else for help when he was assigned to me? With new resolve, I determined to get an answer from him after class. Yes. The meeting's over and everyone's filed out of the classroom. Everyone except for me and Tatsuya. Okay, girl, we're gonna need a serious talk. He's at his desk gathering up his papers when I approach him. He stops what he's doing and looks up, his blue eyes settling on me. Anxious, I quickly sort through my mind for a good starter topic. About the project. Yes, I think I have a few business in mind that would fit all the criteria that you were talking about. Yeah. You don't need to worry about that. Why? As I said, I've been researching some businesses for it, so you don't need to worry about it. But I want to be contributing! God! I see. I turn around to leave dejected before a flare of irritation makes me turn right back around. It's like, hey, you listen here, mister! What about you being a partner for me then? I thought you were supposed to be reliable, right? That's why I chose you, yet you're never around lately. I honestly, Sho and Shinji have been more helpful than you. Wow, she's blowing up in his face. Damn. Just laying down a smackdown. Jesus. There's a tense silence between us as Tatsuya looks away from me. The only sound is that of the clock ticking, counting the passing seconds. I start to feel that I might have been too harsh. I'm sorry, you're right. Oh man. I've been busy with a new job lately, but that's not an excuse, and... Tatsuya looks as if he wants to say something else, but decides against it. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't have the time to help you today. But I promise to figure out something better than what I've been doing. Okay? Aw, he's so sweet. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have exploded on him like that. I faintly nod, surprised at the warmth in his response. Aw. But in the end, I have no choice but to watch Tatsuya leave. Okay, bye. Feeling dejected and lonely, and annoyed at feeling lonely, I walked the sunlit hallways. Should I have told him about me losing control of my powers that night? Well, maybe not. It hasn't happened since. Right. Hey, took you long enough. What? Oh, hey Taku! You're finally talking to me too! Oh my god! I spin around toward the voice to see Takumi leaning on a wall I was just passing. Takumi, you scared me. I didn't even see you there. I get that a lot. Takumi unfolds his arms and walks towards me. I look up at him nervous. You wanna know, don't you? Yes, I do. Okay. Huh? Where Tatsu's going? What he's been doing? Okay, not that, but like, okay. If you want to spill the tea, then I'm all ears. I'm all ears. There's no need to hide it. Anyone could see that you were distracted today. Oh. Then add to it that you stayed behind to talk to Tatsuya. Takumi shrugs as if his thought pattern was evident. Now looking at Takumi, I give a little nod. Yeah, I wouldn't mind knowing. Yeah, right? Right, that's what I thought. So you're gonna tell me or not? Takumi's expression confuses me, but before I can scrutinize it, he changes in a flash. Well, let's go then, milady. Okay, are we gonna? I'll take you to Tatsu. We're gonna follow him. We're gonna stalk him. Are you kidding me? Anyways, chapter 6, Polar Opposites, is the next chapter, and I know we only really gotten through chapters 4 and 5, but they were really long chapters. Surprisingly really long. Well, maybe it's because it's just still in the beginnings of like the story. But yeah, anyways, you guys, I'm gonna leave it here for this episode. Oh my gosh, officially starting on Tatsuya's route. This is exciting. So much has happened already. So much bullshit has happened to us. So yeah, all more questions, more mysteries, all to be left in the upcoming episodes. So tune in, look forward to it. But for now, bye!